You got a friend in me. Step inside, friend, and meet the London Gang. Bum, bum, ba-dum, dim, dum. It's the London Gang time. Good evening, and welcome to the Tom London Show. In Los Angeles, the City of Angels, it's 11 o'clock. New York, 2 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Paris, 8 o'clock in the evening. Sydney's waking up at 6, and Johannesburg, right here in the metropolis of Veltevreden Park, Johannesburg, it's 9 o'clock and time to meet the London Gang. So, I will introduce them to you if it's your first time watching the show, live or the next day or the next day or the next day, on YouTube or Facebook. Firstly, welcome. And secondly, you've landed in a place where kindness is key, where companionship is something you can expect every weekday. Every weekday, a brand new show where you can just come and chill out with your friends from all over South Africa and all over the world. And we practice kindness and compassion, and we get to know each other's crazy and sparkling personalities. And it's quite a ride if you just strap yourself in. So the London Gang is getting on board. The LGs, OGs are pulling in. They're a fine bunch of people, you see. They believe in kindness, and they believe in you and me. So come and spend some time in the company of some fine people called the LGs. I'm Tom London. I am am I president or something of the gang? I like that. President of the gang. That's what I think I am. Shall we take a look and see what's coming in on the comments section and also on the voice note line? You can pop a comment underneath this video or next to the video at any time during the show, and it will come through like magic onto a screen in front of me, and I'll be able to read it and put it on the screen. So don't be shy. Get your fingers working. Get some finger exercise going. How's it, Tom? How's it, LGs? Hey, Gaynor, how's your back pain? Aubrey, have you got any more security tips for us? Barry, I'm getting married and I need a photographer at my wedding. Henriette, we need some Danish lessons. Shell Green, we need you to give us that Australian accent. Josie de Oliveira, can you put some chicken on the braai, please? Yeah, I can see this London Gang getting their fingers going, getting ready to type away tonight. Because tonight you're going to help me. We're going on a bush trip together. We're going to delve into imagination tonight, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to do a make-believe session on the show, so stick around for that. In the meantime, let me tell you who was on first. Tammy Singh was first on board tonight. Tammy Singh says, "Greetings, beautiful people." Tammy Singh also left a voice note, so let's see what Tammy had to say.
I went swimming with sharks down London.
What?
It was quite nice, actually.
Yeah, just say that again, please, Borky.
I went swimming with sharks down London.
You went swimming with sharks?
It was quite nice, actually.
That's a follow-on from last night's show. Eh? We were talking about dolphins. I don't understand why people swim with dolphins. Get back to the voice note line in a moment. Let's see who else is on board. Robert Bruce Naismith says, "Good evening, everyone. Good to see someone smash the heart button. Thank you." Karen Eva says, "Hello there, Tom and the gang," from Irene. Mwah, mwah. Irene. When I think of Irene, I think of cows. I don't know why. Is that Irene Dairy Farm or something? Aubrey Marais says, "Greetings, Tom and the London Gang." Liesel Schulenberg is on board, says, "Hello, everyone." Hi, Tammy, and was offered a rose. Craig Blichnote says, "Good evening, Sir Tom London and the London Gang." Good evening, Captain Blichnote. Good to have you on board. Who else have we got here tonight? Alistair Jameson is strapping in. Good. Put that seatbelt on nice and tight. Gaynor Schulenberg says, "Hi, Tom and all the London Gang." Benjamin Jones out of Primrose says, "Who's it, Mensa?" Yes, 1 minute in and the comments have gone buck wild. I'm still scrolling through them. Lee Barry's on board. Who else is it? Cheryl Virhan. "Good evening, LGs and Mr. President. I'm lurking tonight and just listening, working." You won't be able to resist. You'll have to type. Nicole Patterson is on board. Nicole's dog was the most intelligent dog on the show last night, and she still holds the record. see there's lots of conversation going on. That's nice. Good to see everyone saying hello to each other. Terry van der Walt, hello, you lovely reprobates. Do you think there's like reprobateness running through the gang? Do you think we're a bunch of nonconformist reprobates? I didn't know who would gather around the campfire on a weeknight when I started this show. I didn't know whether we'd have sinners or saints. But it's starting to look like we got some reprobates. The other night when I asked what you were drinking, I realized the London gang's busy chilling, having a party at 9 o'clock at night. I got no problem with reprobates. You're in good company. Barry Bowditch is here. Josie de Oliveira is tuning in from Portugal. Retrobates, old school. Oh, I love that. Don't you like that? Retrobates. That's another t-shirt idea, isn't it? LGOG, reprobate. Oh, I like that. We are saints, says Tammy Singh. Saint reprobate. Tom London, the patron saint of reprobates. That's me. What did he do? He started a show and he started collecting reprobates. He started collecting the nonconformists, those that never fitted in at school. Those that became cooler later on in life. Those that have been through the washing machine a couple of times. Those that got the t-shirt, got rid of it, got another t-shirt, got rid of it, got another t-shirt, and they've got a pile of got the t-shirts. Please, says Terry, of course we're a bit abnormal. Doom. Shell Green now.
Hi all. Tom, just be yourself on your first date.
Where did that come? Where did that come from? Oh, because I said I've got a first date coming up in about 3 weeks.
Hi all. Tom, just be yourself on your first date. Bye.
I don't have a date in 3 weeks. I'm hoping to have a first date in 3 weeks. There's some potentials. I get shy, you see. I was thinking today, most of my friends are female. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I've got a couple of male friends, like Garth, Justin, Stan. I start running out of names. People I talk to regularly. And then I've got female friends. I've got Claire, I got Tanya, I got Jules, I got Suri. Oh, the list is endless. I love chatting to women. My male friends that I have are very good conversationalists, and I think that's why I can just sit and chat with them for hours. My female friends, it's like, if I get on the phone, and I love WhatsApp video calls, it's like a Skinner session. We can just yak for 1 hour. I love that. Are your friends mostly the same gender or the opposite? Tell me. That's my situation. What was that? Just be yourself.
Hi all. Tom, just be yourself on your first date. Bye.
Okay, don't forget Sasta. So Sasta forgot about me. She left. She went away and she hasn't come back. What must I do? What must I do? I can't do anything. Women come near me and then they think it's going to be all entertainment all day or something. But I'm just a normal human being. I've got my ups and my downs, and I'm not a Tom London show 24 hours a day, or maybe I am, and that's the problem. And I think a lot of women that land up in relationships with me, oh wow, is this a psychology session? Are you my psychologist? I hope Miley Cyrus listens to this. She might identify. I have this problem where women, if I'm attracted to them and they're attracted to me, they go, this guy is exciting. And I can be. But they don't understand, like, my life is a roller coaster ride. And then they strap themselves in, and then after about a week or two, they go, this is hectic. This is just too much. Because every day something crazy happens in my life, and I try and explain this to people, and they don't believe me. That's why I spend a lot of time on the couch, because not much crazy goes on here. But as soon as I leave the doors, these doors, as soon as I leave, the crazy stuff starts, man. I'm telling you. They think I'm joking, and then they get into relationships with me, and then they go, hold on, this is quite a ride. I'm not sure whether I'm tough enough for this. There have been a few that have lasted, but some just run. Should we check what you're saying? Don't get me wrong, I think Sasta's beautiful and just awesome to be around. But she's very young, very, very young. And she's got a million things she needs to do in her life. So I don't want to stop her. Retro Baits, old fishing gear, that's a good one. To all the girls Tom loved before that traveled in and out his door. To all the girls I've loved before, who've traveled in and out my door, I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before. And then I think there's that thing in relationships where you got to be okay with the person you wake up with in the morning. And I don't mean the personality, I mean what they look like. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush here. I mean, for me to sit here at 9 o'clock and look half presentable, believe me, this is half presentable. If I was on a big TV show, I'd have 5 people working on me. I just got me. I'm the whole crew. I go and find my wardrobe and put my clothes on. So I've got to wear a dusty blue top for you tonight. Okay, I'll do that. But I got to do all this stuff. I got to change out of my daytime clothes, put these clothes on. Then my hair is normally a mess. I got to do that up. And then I got to put powder on my face and stuff so I don't shine all over the place. So I'm like, there's a lot of fake going just naturally. When I wake up in the morning, I look like that guy at the traffic light that's asking for a few rand. That looks like he crawled out of the desert somewhere and hasn't had water for about a year. That's what I look like in the morning. I think that could scare people off. It could scare me off. I remember staring at this lady and came to visit me one day. And I looked past her and behind her was a mirror, and I looked at myself in the mirror. It was very harsh sunlight. And I went, ugh, at my own sight. You know, this is the thing with expectations. It happens when you date models. You think that a model looks like the picture in the magazine 24 hours a day. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they look absolutely miserable and horrid. And that's how, that's human nature. That's human being human. That's what it is. So I just think it's that. I think the girls expect too much. And then they just get disappointed with an ordinary guy that likes to... I'm boring. You get me on my own, unless we're talking. I'm boring. I like to lie on the couch, man. If I can do anything. Some people go, let's go jumping out of airplanes on Saturday. Not me. I'm boring. My ideal Saturday is lying on the couch with someone, watching 3 movies and eating. And gefuffling. That's my ideal. It's my ideal. Little Cook out of the UK now.
That's my bright idea for today.
Hold on, let's take that
Hello,
back.
Thomas.
Hello,
and
Thomas.
all the London gang.
Yes.
Thomas, I've been thinking about this quite seriously now. And I think you need a challenge.
Now, I do not like the sound of this. I must tell you. I don't like it when anybody says I need a challenge. Unless it's how to get an interview with Miley Cyrus, then I'm in.
So
Yeah.
the reason that I say this is that there is a DJ here in UK called Vernon Kay.
Vernon Kay.
And he is doing
Is he related to Danny Kay by any chance?
a challenge for children in need.
Mm-hmm.
And he is running
She's going to guilt trip me now. Can you hear this?
over 3 days.
He's running what?
Started on November the 14th.
A competition?
And he'll finish on the 17th.
What's he running?
He's running 27 miles for the first leg.
You got to be kidding me.
Then he's doing 40 miles today. That's roughly a
64
comrade's
kilometers.
distance. Just a little less than.
Mr.
And
Kay needs his
27
head
miles
ready.
is
He
just
needs
over a
CT
marathon.
scan. Yeah, he needs a CT scan.
And tomorrow he's going to run
Again?
from 9 o'clock. He's going to run another 27 miles. And he's already raised
Yeah.
just over £500,000
There's the guilt trip.
for children
There's
in
the guilt
need,
trip.
which is the most wonderful charity.
There it is. There's the guilt
So
trip.
yeah, I know you're not going to run anywhere.
Damn right.
That's not your thing. But
No.
I think we should ask the London gang what kind of challenge you should do.
Don't do this to
And that
me.
would also help to get Mark Zuckerberg
What's
to
he got to do with
notice
it?
you
You're
and the
trying
London
everything.
gang. So that's my bright idea for today.
From Lil Cook.
And have a good show.
Thank you, Lil. I will not run. I can't, not even for disabled children, I can't. I don't want to die on behalf of disabled children. That would be a terrible headline, don't you think? Tom London keels over 1.5 kilometers into his 64-kilometer marathon for disabled children and disappoints all disabled children in the world. It's not my kind of challenge. I'm up for challenges, though. A couple of years back, I was trying to organize a challenge with Cancer, the Shape-a-thon people, and they were behind it. They said to me, would you do something like crazy? And I said, yeah. And they said, what? I said, well, why don't I stand on the wing of an aeroplane? This is a true story. I'll stand on the wing like those wing walkers. I'll stand on the wing of an aeroplane from Joburg to Cape Town. Let's do that. And I had this grand vision of me flying past Clifton and Camps Bay beaches on a Saturday with all those people in their bikinis and their super yachts and things. And I come past in a Boeing Stearman holding onto the handlebars on the top wing going, hola, hola people. And they said, cool. Then they got, I think it was SAB or ABI, one of them. They said, we'll give you $2 million. Because this was all for a good cause, right? So I was like, okay, $2 million, I'm in. I'm going to give some people $2 million. That's going to help. And then we called the guy with the aeroplane. I can't remember his name, Stu Davidson, I think. I asked Laurie Kay, the guy that flew the 747 over the Ellis Park in 95. Laurie was a friend of mine, and I was sitting with Laurie, and he thought it was a good idea too. So we called Stu, I think, and I can't tell you the words that came out of his mouth when we told him what we wanted to do. A lot of them started with the letter F. And idiot was in there, fool was in there, and he shot my idea down like a World War II fighter ace. He was right. He wasn't wrong. I was wrong. Firstly, I'm 6'3", and those little platforms are made for very short people, like 5'1". So I would had to have bent over all the way. I would have to have flown to Cape Town like that. And then he said at 200 odd kilometers per hour for 1,400 kilometers, I would be hit by bugs and bits and pieces, and it would just be crazy, and he wasn't going to take the risk and told us to go jump. So I never got to stand on the wing of a plane from Joburg to Cape Town, but I would do something like that. I won't jump out of aeroplanes. I don't have a need to jump out of an aeroplane that's working, and I won't bungee jump or skydive. Those two things I'm not into. I will not do that. But I will take up most challenges. So yeah, if you want to challenge me, we can raise some money for kids. I would do that. Winnie Mechanic says she gets on equally with both genders. We're just chit-chatting for a moment? Okay. With guys, we talk business stuff. With ladies, we talk day-to-day stuff. Both are important to life on the ground. You picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel. I have more male friends, but a few very close female friends. Tom, being cheeky, would happily go on a date. I don't know what to do, because last night Alistair said he had this woman available in Mossel Bay, and then I jokingly said, send pictures, and then he did. He sent me pictures, and I'm like, I get shy, all right? If I'm being predated on, I get very, very shy. I don't know how to deal with that. I'm the hunter, you see. I gotta be in the chase. I gotta be, yeah, pheromones, let's go. I don't know how to handle that. Someone says being cheeky would happily go on a date. I get very shy. I'm tempted to just run and hide in a corner or something. But you can be sure I'm going to remember that. I have more dude friends, says Tammy Singh. Yeah, that's going to sit in the back of my head now. That was very naughty of you. So can you actually scrub up? Yes, I can. I mean, what do you think? This is scrubbed up. And I look good in a suit, I think. And I need to lift a few weights so I can get my arms a bit bigger, because they're just like strings. Robert says he's beautiful in the morning, no makeup required. Lucky you, man. Oh, Tom, I have to find that song about a newly married couple in an old age home. Please do. Wendy says, Tom, always great to have a dream that we live for, but it has to be realistic, like Miley Cyrus. I'm really no. Hold on, Wendy Mechanic. Hold on a second, okay? Because I know you well, and I know you'll listen to me, and at least consider what I'm about to say, I need to say this. I didn't say that I want to have a date with Miley Cyrus. Firstly, that's the technicality we need to get out of the way. I would like to interview Miley Cyrus because she's on the top of my list of people I want to interview. And I want to interview her in the African bush. I want to take her way out of her comfort zone. And I want to put her in a place where there's no music business, there's no Hollywood, there's no photographers, there's none of that. And it's not a feeling of hiding away, because you don't feel like you're hiding away when you're in the bush. It's a different type of feeling. I want to introduce her to that. I want to keep her for a weekend, and then I want to interview her at the end of the weekend when she's nice and relaxed, and we can talk about life and humanness and the things she's learned along this journey, fascinating journey for someone so young. So that's my motivation. I did say I think we could be friends. I still believe that. I think we could be friends. I can identify with a lot of what she talks about. Her house burned down. I think that was a huge part, played a huge part in who she is and what she's become. And I've been through something similar, Yeah. She's had a few lovers. I've had a few lovers. We got a lot in common. I think we could be friends. I don't think I'm being unrealistic. I know sitting here in Weltevreden Park in Johannesburg, which is an area she's probably never even heard of, it seems crazy that somehow I can get this right. But I know one thing about the internet, and this thing we call Facebook and YouTube. They're like laser weapons. You see, if I sit here going, Miley Cyrus, and I mention her every night, could be 10 years, could be 3 years, could be 1 year, could be 6 months, could be 2 years, could be 10 days. At some point, she may just come across the video. Someone might, or I might be able to get it to her, or something. And then it doesn't matter where I am, doesn't matter who I am. I'm in her living room, or I'm in the back of her limousine while she's looking on the phone. And I'm right there with her, and then I can do the sell. Come on, Miley. This interview is coming. I don't think I'm being unrealistic. Aubrey Murray says he looks homeless when he wakes up, wondering what day. That's me. I look homeless when I wake up, and that's the problem. I'm telling you. Part of the problem. Josie says, I look and feel like a zombie when I wake up in the morning. Good, I'm glad there are a few of us. Alison Jameson says, I'm gorgeous when I wake up in the morning. Nothing wrong with boring and cuddling. That's my speciality. My challenge is just the stiffness or the soreness walking past the bathroom in the morning. Getting old is not for sissies. Is it? Are you sore? No, man, you just take Bonados for that. You just get yourself on a regular paracetamol diet. You'll be fine. I wake up looking like Ridge Forrester, then descend into something like I crawled out of a forest ridge. Homeless people give me money, says Benjamin Jones. See, we're being honest here, man. Ooh, Thomas, sounds like Auntie Bev. Maybe you're in trouble. Who's Auntie? Okay. Vuyo says Danny K. You like that? I didn't know whether to throw that in, but I thought it was quite cute. I'm glad you appreciate it. Someone likes my sense of humor. Running. Nope. If I'm running, you better run too. It is chasing me. Only running I do is out of beer and running to get more. Is Lil Cook in the room tonight? I don't know. She left that message. I don't think she arrived. Lil has a lovely voice, says Barry. I thought so too, especially the last part of that voice message. Zuckerberg has the Bucks. Great idea to get him on board. Hold on a moment. You think that it's impossible for me to get Wendy... you think that it's impossible for me to get Miley Cyrus, but Mark Zuckerberg is easier. Distinguished men don't run. Couldn't agree more. Lil Cook has a sultry voice. Oh, Lil Cook has been impressing people with her voice. Let's auction Tom off for a date. That must be so embarrassing. I've seen that happen. I've been in one of these auction men off for a date about 20 years ago in the media business. I don't know. I can't even remember. I think they even made them stand there in their Speedos or something. Horrid. And I felt sorry for the person that there's always one person that they say, all right, $50, and then nobody puts up their hands. All right, $30. It's all right, $30. And I think that just destroys you. I wouldn't do that. Tom Landon, if you stand on a wing going at 450 k's per hour, you'd be on the tail, not anywhere near the wing. Yeah, I know. I said 250. Brilliant idea, Tammy. Will make a fortune for the SPCA. I'm apprehensive about jumping out of a perfectly good aeroplane. Me too. Tom, I want you to do a skydive and I want you to do it with me. No ways. No ways. No ways. I have worn parachutes when I did gliding. When you're in a glider, you've got to wear a parachute because you need something comfortable to sit on. And then also, if a wing snaps off for some reason, maybe you connect another glider and you have a little bit of a crash and a wing snaps off, then you got to figure out how to get out the glider safely. And the only way to do that is to jump out and pull the parachute. So I used to wear a parachute every time I flew. But I'd never been for skydiving lessons, and that worried me, that I'd never jumped out of a plane before, and if anything ever happened in the plane I was flying, I was going to have to jump out and do everything that I'd never done before. So I spent a lot of time on the internet researching the procedures, because when I asked the old bullies at the gliding club, what do? They said, don't worry, you'll figure it out. Pull the red knobs, jump out the plane, and then pull the ripcord. I thought it can't be that simple. So I actually went and found someone who had jumped out of a glider in an emergency. And they had worried about all the things I was worried about. And they said, don't worry, when the plane is spiraling out of control and you're descending towards the earth at a rapid pace, you get out. Because it's not that easy. When you're 6'3" and you're squashed into, it's like being in a Formula One car. You don't just jump out. It takes you a bit of time to get in. And then the harness you wear is a 1, 2, 3, 4... Is it 4, 5-piece harness with a buckle in the middle, and then the parachute harness has the same kind of buckle in the middle. So you've got to be very careful when you're doing Bollemakissies in the sky without your wings, not to undo the parachute buckle. Because you could, in your confusion, undo the parachute buckle and all 5 clips go, all 5 straps go, clip, like that. And then all you're left with is the buckle holding you into the plane. And I don't know if you've ever tried to put a parachute on, but it takes some time to get those buckles in. I was always worried about it. At the same time, you've got to pull the emergency levers, jettison the canopy, then you've got to step out the plane, and then you've got to pull the... Oh, man. What a palaver. I've often wondered if I was in that situation, whether I would just resign myself to making a big hole in the ground, and on the way down just go, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy... Boom! No, Tom gets shy. Of course. Of course I get shy. Wouldn't you get shy if you were sitting here and someone said, oh, go on a date with you? What would you do? I get shy. You're lucky I haven't started blushing. Tom, can I get her to call you? Stop it, people. Dudes give good advice. Robert Bruce Naismith says interview. Oh, is that the Miley Cyrus thing? Interview? I want to interview Miley Cyrus. I actually had a whole show planned. I seem to say this every night with you people. I had a whole show planned, and damn it, we're going to do some of it tonight. Tom would like to interview Miley while Miley is sitting on his lap. Wakefield did. Wakefield did. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, sexy eye. She did the whole interview sitting on my lap. That was cool. And then she signed a CD saying, Kuss or Kram, hugs and kisses. Wakefield. Helen Mitwatch is late. She's sorry. Benjamin Jones hasn't fallen off the bed in 23 years. He uses Viagra. Robert says, I guess Miley will actually go for that idea, Tom. The only difficulty is getting in touch with her. We will, don't worry. I'm not worried about that. We're gonna do it. I'm telling you. I don't think it's an impossible dream. To dream the impossible dream. To fight the unbeatable foe. To bring Miley Cyrus to Welterfrieden. To take her to places she does not know. This is my quest. To follow that superstar. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far you are, Miley. To fight for the something alright, I'll remember the word someday. To be willing to march into Hollywood for an unbeatable cause. And I know if you only want to grow. Has anybody smashed the heart, like button? Here's one from Nicole Patterson. Did you ever hear of the 12-year-old Nandi Bushell from the UK that went on the internet and challenged Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters to a drum-off? His friends engaged him, and as he said, she whipped his ass. Now she's famous. It's not impossible to get Miley Cyrus. Thank you. That's what I need, Nicole. I need some petrol, 95 octane in my tank to encourage me to keep going. Because this won't only be my victory, by the way. This will be the London Gang victory. The London Gang's going to do a couple of things in the next year. Firstly, I'm working on this, Garth's doing all the work on it, but we're putting this album out. I reckon it's album of the year. I can't wait. Very soon we're going to start dropping these hits on you, and you'll be the first person to listen to the music. So that's number one. Now we're going to do that together. Then we're going to work out how to get Miley Cyrus to South Africa in the African bush for an interview that the whole world will watch. And it will be our achievement. And if Miley Cyrus is my friend, then she'll be your friend too. See, if ever you go to Hidden Hills, California, you can find the place. You can knock on her door maybe, and say, "Hi Miley, it's me, Lil Cook. Do you remember me from the London Gang?" You never know. The knees are looking good, Tom. I know, I knew it. That's why I've been pulling my pants up the whole night so nobody says anything about my knees. At least my knees work. I'll meet you at the spa by accident, says Helen. Do you know which spa? Actually, just before the show, I was thinking, every day I have a new thought about Miley Cyrus. And today, before the show, I was thinking, I reckon it would be very cool to take Miley Cyrus to the Palm Court Super Spa at Welterfrieden Park. That's something she's never done before. I can guarantee you Miley Cyrus has never been to the Palm Court Super Spa at Welterfrieden Park. She's never met Andreas and Frank and Beckezile and Sophie, all the people I know there. If I get her to South Africa, not only will we take her to the South African bushveld, middle of nowhere, I just need her from Friday night to Monday morning. I'll also take her to the Welterfrieden Park Super Spa. That would make me the coolest guy in Veltervreden Park. Everyone in Velties would say, hey, do you know who Tom London is? Who's Tom London? No, he just waltzed into the Palm Court Super Spa with Miley Cyrus. Serious, bro? Yeah. No one even recognized her until they were coming out. Then there was a big crowd. You had to get the bodyguards. What did they buy? They bought munchies. All right, what else we got here? Why don't you do a TikTok video? Karen Eva, okay, I thought it was another kind of exercise. What are you people talking about? Stick to it. I know I can't sing. I don't want to be a musician. Why do kamikaze pilots wear helmets? It's beyond me. Most of us haven't been to your Velties spa. You see, that's how exclusive the Veltervreden Park spa is. Now, I wanted you to help me tonight, actually. That's what I wanted. I thought we could... Are there more messages coming in? All right, let's do a few more messages quickly and see what you've got to say. Henrietta Cortez is reporting out of Denmark now. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Tom and the London gang. Here's a little message from Denmark, where it's a bit cold and wet,
Yeah,
rainy,
normal.
and I'm driving home listening to the London show,
Uh-huh.
which is actually quite lekker. That I'm entertained on the way.
Yeah, you can listen
Good
to the
show.
show as well.
As always,
Thank you.
just had dinner with my daughter and my grandson at a sushi restaurant where we got served by, what do you call it, robots?
Robots.
Yeah, sweet robots doing their job, quite efficient. My grandson loved the concept, but novelty wears off
Yeah,
easily,
I think so.
with kids today.
Yeah, I
So,
don't want to be
but I was
served by a
impressed.
robot.
And yeah, and then you can get in the car and you can push another button and you can say, hey Siri, send a message to the London show. And whoopty, have a message.
I like it.
It's for you
Look,
guys, from me. See you later. Bye.
tuck, tuck, tuck. Farewell. Yeah, I don't know. Robots serving you in restaurants? I don't know whether I'm for that. I like human beings. I like the human interaction. Tinky Pringle goes to that spa like I do, says Helen. We probably walked past each other in the spa, Helen. I was there this morning. And I've actually bumped into Tinky Pringle in the spa. I bumped into her about 2 months ago. Yeah, it's Veltervreden Park, the broadcast hub of South Africa. Now, I'd like you to help me plan this bush weekend. The interview with Miley. And I need your expertise now. I need you to tell me, we need to build this London gang. Because when Miley Cyrus says, oh, Tom London, I can't wait to see you next Friday, we better have our stuff together. Because she can't be arriving here in Velties, coming up the driveway, and I haven't got anything planned. So you're going to have to help me now. Firstly, how are we going to get Miley from my driveway in Veltervreden Park to our destination? We need the transport sorted out, and we need a driver. So, could you tell me what kind of vehicle, aeroplane, helicopter, car, bus, I don't know, but those big 4x4 tourist things, what are we going to drive her or fly her in? Suggestions in the comment section down below, please. And then, who out of our London gang or any one of the personalities in the world should be our driver? Give me your thoughts on that. We're going to build this now, you see? We're going to play with our imaginations. First, we need the vehicular transport. And we need the driver. I need you to pop some names in there for me. And then, we're going to need a couple of bodyguards, so 2 bodyguards. Who in the London gang do you think should be a bodyguard, or should we get people from, should we outsource? If we outsource, who should be our bodyguards? Right? And that gets us going on the highway or to the airport. We'll talk about destination just now. So let's go. Let's see what you got to say. Be fast with those fingers. Tom should marry Miley. She'd be so lucky, Brendan. The Beetle. Oh, that's quite cool. My Beetle. All right, there's the first suggestion tonight. How are we going to transport Miley Cyrus to the bush? Ben says the Beetle. You know the Beetle might not make it all the way to the bush. We need a standby car. But I think that would make a nice little video, don't you think? As a matter of interest, hold the presses. Alistair Jameson's got a question. As a matter of interest, when you do bump into someone that is a celebrity, what is the cool protocol way to address the celebrity? I don't know. Hi. How's it? Nice to see you. Are you Leon Schuster? Yes, like, can I have a picture with you? Yeah, I'm a big fan of your movies, man. That's how I am. Only for Leon Schuster. I think people in the entertainment business often feel as uncomfortable as you do when you meet someone that you enjoy their work or you're a fan or whatever. And so it's often, it can be quite, I won't say tricky because saying hello is not tricky, but really we're all just human. And I've always found, because I've met some really big celebrities in my life, and this is a question I asked myself when I was young, Alistair, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to be Tom, and then that gives people the opportunity to be themselves. And most celebrities that you bump into, if you're just normal and you're you, they're pretty much themselves. There are a couple that are not that lacquer, but they're few and far between. Yeah, I think protocol. No, I don't know. Just hi, love your work. Isn't that what it's about? Just love your work. All right, Alistair Jameson says he'll drive. Well, we're going on safari with Miley Cyrus now. Alistair Jameson says I'll drive. So is Aubrey Moraes, prepared to drive and protect us during the interview for Mahala. Okay, we've got Aubrey on board. He's going to be the security guard, and Alistair is Uber trained, so he's got the qualifications. Alistair and Aubrey as guards. All right, that's done, says Aubrey Murray. Remember, Max Morando is part of Miley's pack. Who's Max Morando? We'll just put it in the email that Max Morando is not allowed to come with. Once Miley agrees, arranging adequate transport won't be a problem. I know. The adventure starts when you leave home. The trip is just as important as the destination. I agree, Benjamin. That's why we need sweets. We need South African snacks to introduce Miley Cyrus to. South African snacks and sweets. So what are we going to put in the cooler box, guys? So when Miley gets in the Beetle, it's going to be a tight fit there because there's going to be Alistair and Benjamin. I think they're big oaks. And then Miley and I are going to have to sit in the back seat of the Beetle all the way? Serious? That's going to be cramped. There'll be barely enough space to squeeze a cooler box behind us. We'll need a support vehicle. But what will we put in the cooler box? If we're going to introduce an American to the South African way of life, what snacks and what drinks and cool drinks and things are we going to put in the cooler box? Pop that in the comment section down below. Oh, I can see we're building something really cool here. Fetch her in the driveway in the same Jeep that's going to take her on the bush drive so the safari starts in Belterford and Parks, says Henriette. That's a nice one. Brendan Skulls the driver, me and Tammy Singh are the bodyguards. The vehicle can be determined by Brendan. Also a nice suggestion. Vuyo says, how about we teleport Miley and save all the efforts? Well, that's not a bad idea. However, I'm starting to warm up to this idea of being squashed in the back seat of a Beetle with Miley Cyrus. Well, I often mistake normal people for celebs, so I do nothing, says Tammy Singh. Okay, Robert Bruce Naismith, sounds like a good idea. He can choose from one of my cars, says Brendan. Yeah, I'll take the SLK 55 and you oaks can stay behind and I'll vroom off into the distance. All right, here's what we need in the, is this what we're going to put in the cooler box? So, Miley Cyrus, when you come to South Africa for the weekend interview with Tom London, brought to you by the London Gang. We're going to introduce you to some South African specialities. First of all, you're going to get something called biltong. And biltong is not like jerky. People say jerky and biltong are the same, but jerky, really, I've had it when I went to school in the US, in California and Iowa. I tried jerky, And jerky is horrid. Biltong is like French jerky, Miley. You will love if you're not vegan by the time you come here. If you're vegan, however, I know a guy. He's got a company called Herbivore, and they make vegan biltong, which tastes very similar. So if you're vegan, don't worry, I can accommodate you. We'll get you some Herbivore vegan biltong. Chappies, says Robert Bruce Naismith. I love that. I would not have thought that myself. I can just imagine her blowing bubbles in the back seat of the Beetle. Can you? Can you see it? Millie Pup and Brady. I had some of that for lunch today. Yeah, we'll have to introduce Miley Cyrus to some Millie Pup. I like that. You just want a big car for smooches in the backseat with Miley. No, I told you it's just an interview. I will do CPR if she has a heart attack after meeting the hottest LG, says Henrietta Cortez. I'm trying to decode that message. Oh, now, you see, because you're a medical professional and a nurse, I'm just going to take it as an innocent message. But if you weren't, I'd be questioning why you'd want to put your lips against my interviewee's lips so hastily. I tell you, there was one celebrity that I met once about 10 or 12 years ago at the Rhodes Memorial in Cape Town. Was a really nice guy. I think his name was Tom London. Wasn't that a cool day? There were a lot of people there, eh? I think we blocked the off-ramp. So many people came to say goodbye to me when I left 567 Cape Talk. That it was crazy. Do you remember that, Alistair? I've never forgotten that. Knickknacks, Savannahs, anything South African. Okay, yeah, I agree with this on the Savannah, and definitely knickknacks. She's going to have orange fingers by the time I'm finished with her. Oros. Yeah, we can't bring Miley Cyrus to South Africa without giving her some nice Oros. There, Miley, this is how we do things in South Africa. We have a big lunch on a Sunday. We make a big jug of Oros. And then we all get a bit of juice. We call it juice in South Africa. Would you like some juice? Yes, please. Yeah, but Miley Cyrus has... Why do you keep telling me about Miley's girlfriends and boyfriends? They come and go. We'll catch her on an in-between. Don't worry. And if she has to bring the girlfriend, she can bring the girlfriend too. That's fine. Biltong is Michelin star jerky. That's what I think. I like this song. I just want to keep it rolling. Rock that fuller like an E20 from the 90s. Love it. Mrs. Ball's flavored biltong. Might feed my Porsche Macan for the bush roads or need. The SLK 55 might not get you to the campsite. You're right. All right, we'll take the Porsche. Craig once accidentally met Michael Schumacher without knowing who he was. I was giving him a lift and he was rude, so I snapped and told him he could walk if he had a problem. Hands up. Are you being serious? Craig. Hold on, Craig. When I see a message like this, I don't know whether someone's pulling my leg or whether there's a really great story here. I once met Michael Schumacher without knowing who he is. I was giving him a lift and he was rude, so I snapped and told him he could walk if he had a problem. Hands over my face. Is this true? Craig Blichnote. You need to elaborate. Can't you send me a voice note? Yeah, Craig, please drop me a voice note. Just explain the story if it's true. If you don't send a voice note, we know you're lying. But if you're not lying, then send a voice note and just explain what happened with the story with Michael Schumacher where you told him he could walk. I love that. You know the number, Craig. 067-219-7893. We'll take some voice notes in a moment. The show's moving quickly tonight and we still haven't planned the whole trip. What else have we got here? Max Morando is her boyfriend. That's not going to stop me. I just want to interview her. She can bring Max with and we'll send him out to look for firewood. Slap chips in a newspaper, Mapani worms. Not against your lips, against hers, but it was merely for CPR purposes. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not judgmental. Her ex, hubby Liam, is... Why are you bringing her exes and current boyfriends into this? Is that Craig? I think it's Craig. Is it Craig? Let's take a listen.
Hey I'm Craig, yeah, how's it?
Right.
Yeah, so the story of Michael Schumacher is 100% true.
Really?
It was when they came to Kyalami. I didn't follow Formula One. I had just started working. He joined, I believe he was racing for Benetton at the time, and he came down the embankment after he had an accident. I didn't know who he was, and I offered him a lift back to the pits. And I asked him what happened. He told me he had an accident, so I said, is your racing finished? And then he snapped at me and said, if I don't have a car, how can I race? So I didn't like his attitude, so I said, if you didn't like it, he can walk back. And it was only when I got back to the pits that I found out who he was. Real story.
I think you need a drum roll for telling Michael Schumacher to mind his language while he's in Joburg. But is Karen going? Oh, that's terrible. Karen, we're going to miss you. Don't go. Please don't go. Oh, okay, hold on. We're still doing this bush visit, the interview. Right. So we can use Max Mirando's hair for firelighters. That's a good idea. We'll start the fire with Max Mirando's hair. Put the man to use. Tell him to go and collect some firewood out there. Yeah, don't worry about the lions roaring. Oh, maybe we should have some African background noise. There we go. That's better. All right, now where am I going to be taking Miley Cyrus for the interview, I ask you good people? Do you think we should go to the Kruger Park? Keep it simple, stupid? Or should we go to a place like Londolozi? I'm thinking Londolozi. What are you thinking? I'm thinking, Miley Cyrus, when you come out to South Africa for the interview, I just need you from Friday night to Monday morning, Miley. I'm going to show you some things. We're going to go on the back of a bucky. And we're going to see lion. And we're going to see elephants, Miley. And Miley, I'm going to get us our own little place where we can just chill for a few days and get to know each other before the big interview. It's in a place called Londolozi. It's a 7-star establishment. Don't worry about that. Those are just the monkeys. Don't worry. It's just the monkeys. You don't have to. I will protect you. Don't you worry. Have you pressed the like, ha or heart button yet, by the way, while you're enjoying this free show? Have you pressed the buttons? Yes, Londolozi for sure. Says Helen. See, the ladies go with Londolozi and then the guys go, nah, take it to the sticks, nothing fancy or commercial. Make Max build a braai boma outside your brother's town for the weekend. I'll send him off with Nick. So when you come to Londolozi, Miley, for the big interview, these are the sounds that you're going to hear. When I said a symphony of silence, I meant none of the city noise. Whoa! Don't worry, come closer, sit next to me. I've fought off many lions in my life, Miley. Don't worry, come here, that's it, you just stay here with me. Footsack! Footsack, yo, bloody footsack! It's getting dangerous in here. I don't know whether it's a good idea to sit at the fire anymore. Speaking about fires, this will be me, Miley. Like a caveman. Making fire. Making something to eat. And then you can just chill like that, you see. Look, there it is. There's Miley Cyrus. Chilling in the bath. Watching elephants walk past in the middle of Africa. Thinking to herself, I am so glad I met this guy called Tom London and agreed to do an interview with him. Ah, it's getting dangerous out here, Miley. I think we better go inside. Come, my dear. I'll escort you into the chalet. Or chalet, as we say in Springs. And I'll make sure no wild animal gets near you the whole night. I'll make sure you're protected. If I see a mosquito in the air, I will grab it before it can bite you. What's that? It's getting too hot in here? Don't worry, I'll put the aircon on. Because we're at Londolozi, we've got aircons. Alright, cool. Yeah. Let's kick back and eat some knickknacks, babes. And drink some Savannas. You tell me about your life. Tell me about growing up in America. And I'll tell you about growing up in Springs. I had a cornfield at the end of my road. Did you have a cornfield at the end of your road? Quite possibly. Yeah. Did you have pickup trucks in your family? Yep. Also had pickup trucks in my family. Did you spend a lot of time playing outdoors when you were young? Yeah, same here. Oh, lots of things in common, man. Yeah. Well, there's that lion again. Come closer. Careful, don't go too far from me, mighty. The closer the better. That's how I'm gonna protect you. Whoa, it's getting rough here. Oh my lord. We'll send Max Miranda out to scare them away. Max! Just go out there and tell them footsack like that, and it only works if you get really close to them. Cheers, Max. Does that exclude you, the other wild animal? Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I would like to interview Miley Cyrus. That's all I want from her. If, however, in an alternate universe, or this one, she said, "Oh, Tom London, won't you hold me tight?" I would. Let's go to the voice notes. Aubrey Moreno.
How's it, Tom? Aubrey here. Okay, firstly, Stuart Irvin's on board. Just give him a call.
Great.
We'd be happy to do it. Just give him a call. And secondly, regarding your date,
Yeah.
maybe don't be yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you do, cool. Just nod or look left, and I'll know what you. Then I'll know that you know what I mean. And yeah, I've also got more female friends. I get on better with the female gender.
Me
I really
too.
do. Men tend to get too full of testosterone.
Yeah.
The one trying to upstage the other one all the time.
I'm with
Women
you.
are just
Yeah.
on scanner. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple of drinks, we have
That's
a glass
me.
of wine or
I
two,
love it.
and we scanner and we gossip about everyone. And I'm happier in the kitchen than what I am in the garage. So there you go. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Voice note of the week. Nicole Patterson now. Oh, she sent me a picture of Miley's girlfriend. She's not bad. She can bring her. She'll bring Max Miranda as well. We'll use him to scare away the lions. Was there anything else I wanted to show you? I think, well, I was thinking we should end with a song. I've wanted to listen to Breathe for a little while now. So shall we end the show? Because I know it's been, just a lot of people I know are going through topsy-turvy times for all sorts of reasons at the moment. And we haven't addressed any of that tonight. We've just been playing with our imaginations and joking around. But in case you've landed on the show and life has become a little bit heavy, then let's play the show's national anthem. And for the last few minutes of the show, while we say goodbye to each other, we just breathe. Breathe out the year that's been. If it's been a tough year for you, it's had its challenges, then let's listen to a piece of music together at the end of the show. Let's breathe, remind ourselves we're just human. We'll get through another day. Don't worry. And we'll be good. At the end of the day, life is good. So, I won't go immediately. I'll wait till the end of the song and then we'll do a proper goodbye. But until then, why don't we say our goodbyes to each other and wish each other well as we take a listen to Garth and breathe.
When it all goes wrong, as you think there are no answers, you think you got to hide your heart away, away. Look, I know that it's not easy when the world is so uneasy to be strong. Today, just breathe and let things be what they be. It's not up to you and me. There's nothing you can do about it now. Just breathe and feel the way you feel. Even though you're falling down, don't think about it now. Just breathe. So now you think you're lost. There's no way to find your way home. You feel like you can't trust nobody else, no one else. I know that you're lonely in that place that you're only. Just be strong today. Just breathe and let things be what they be. It's not up to you and me. There's nothing you can do about it now. Just breathe and feel the way you feel. Even though you're falling down, don't think about it now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe.
From Lyle, the Laughing Donkey, and myself, until tomorrow, 9 o'clock, South African time, 11 o'clock LA time, 2 p.m. New York time, 7 p.m. London time, 8 p.m. Paris time, Sydney, 6 a.m. in the morning. I hope you have a good sleep so deep that it looks like you're in a coma. I hope your belly's full. I hope you got enough money to get you through the night and tomorrow. And until tomorrow at 9 p.m., just remember we're all human. And we will get through the day. We'll get through the night. And we'll get through another day. And we'll do it together. London Gang. LGOGs. Until tomorrow night. I miss you already.
Changer.